EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. 19 feet away. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Still even par for the day. Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, another good scoring chance.
If you can avoid the confusion off the tee, it looks like the hole might be a dogleg, then is it a carry? It meanders from one way to the other, but really when you actually break the hole down, it's virtually straight ahead. Those two bunkers in the driving distance, they frame the hole nicely, so play it as a straightaway par 4. It should set up beautifully for just a little short iron and perhaps a birdie opportunity. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
It's burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA.
Smoked that
one. He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round. Even par currently.
Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. So 2 holes left to play. Now the final par 5 on the course, 562 yards, the 17th.
The drive looks relatively straightforward, and I say that because there's a little creek down there that obviously you have to stay short of. But that's the fun part. They want to keep you back in an area where you go, can I hit the second shot across the stream, across the water, and still keep it on the green? And the answer is, I don't know.
Couldn't ask for too much better here. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but that is well on the cards.
Good swing, good shot yet again. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Settles in over the putt. Well, Frank, that changes the outlook, doesn't it?
Yeah, from the middle of nowhere. Actually, we'd nearly forgotten about him on the leaderboard. Now in the top 15. Big move.
18th hole, and Frank, again, a good scoring opportunity. Short par 4.
Yeah, if you looked at the scorecard, you'd think you could drive this green, but one quick look at the trouble in front and to the right of the screen, and you realize that's probably not the prudent play. Really, something 230, 240 yards off the tee in that vicinity is going to leave you just a flick wedge into this green. It is a rather narrow green, but in that distance, you'd expect to hit it close.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot.
Just when you thought it was going to be an average week, eagle there to vault into the top 10.
Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live second-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. We'll settle. Frank, just a beautiful day out there today, but there are some challenges.
Yeah, those tricky winds up there, you've really got to focus on exactly how strong it is and what direction, because it's very easy to make the mistake of hitting the wrong club out here. You make a mistake with the wrong club choice, even a good swing is not going to get rewarded.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Played par yesterday. This one for birdie. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Getting set now over the putt.
No mistake made there with par.
Let's get back to the action at the 5th. Frank, we're early in the second round. What have you seen so far?
I've seen a lot that can be improved on too, but there's enough good there. That's the main thing. You know, the scorecard doesn't always reflect how you're playing, but a little bit of basics out there. Fairways, greens, maybe knock a couple of putts in. All of a sudden that scorecard looks different.
Kidding me? Come on, you can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
That is a fantastic long shot.
There's no way he could hit that without a tail breeze. Surely that breeze had to help there. Should be safely on deck.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
Really. This is an awkward length.
I'll leave it short. Wow. So a tester from 4 feet. Racking them and stacking them right now. 6 under par for the tournament. Here at the 6th, 447-yard par 4. Pretty good hole, Frank.
Yeah, probably a layup hole, too, for the longer hitters. Something out there around the 280, 290-yard mark to make sure you don't go it in the stream. Obviously, it's a dogleg ride, as you can see. The canyon on both sides is sort of well-defined, so you know where not to go. Second shot plays a little bit back up the hill to a green. Once again, that's anything other than flat. It's fun. You've got to make sure you get that ball on the right tier if you want to have a birdie putt here.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Now on to the par 4 7th hole. Is this a reachable par 4, Frank?
Distance-wise, you would think so, but the designer has done something to avoid that, and it's put all this water in front of the green. It would take a mammoth tee shot, and that's something like 300 yards through the air if you're going to try and even drive this green. Is the risk worth it? Well, if you're just playing with your friends, maybe it is. Otherwise, you just lay it up just past those those bunkers on the right and the left. Get it down there on the flat. A little pitch you would think is simple, but because of the slope of this fairway, chances are you might not get a flat lie, and that's going to make that second shot that much harder.
Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. And it's a long way to the hole from here, never easy. Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Locked in on the read and the speed. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship.
Oh, I liked that.
That was just a beautiful drive and hit it solid and right in the middle. Frank, what does the shot into this first green look like?
Well, it's back a little bit up the hill. Bunkers left and right, really the biggest concern, but a well-flighted shot to this three-level green will be well rewarded.
Playing his third here at the par 5. On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Man,
I just pushed it.
boy, that hurts. This one just requires a little bit of focus. A good effort, a good par putt. Frank, you need to be a bit of a rock climber just to get to this second tee. 445-yard hole. What a view.
It's going for a little extra. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Second shot coming out of the rough here. This is a good-looking shot. That is classy.
Yeah, chance of going in.
Really hitting on all cylinders now. 9 under for the tournament. Now on to the third, first of the short holes here at Wolf Creek. Uphill shot, Frank?
Yes, it's going to play a little longer because of that. Then it's 227 yards off the back tee. Hard to imagine you have a par 3 in amongst this desert. And really, that's all it is. Tee and green. There's not much in between. Well protected, as you can see, by those bunkers. And this green a little smaller than what you'd like for a hole that's around that 230-yard mark.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Back to the tee here at Wolf Creek. A lot of sand along the right side of this fairway leading up to the green, Frank.
Yeah, I can't even count how many bunkers they got down that right side. It's easy to see where not to go. So obviously you want to get that ball up on that left side, and then really it's just a short pitch across. Yeah, this hole's only 383 yards, and it won't even really play its distance. But of course you've got to be careful. It's not long, but fairway first once again here. You can see all the problems around there if you do miss this fairway.
Now the approach here at the fourth, Frank.
Just a short iron really is all that's required across this green. You can see it has a raised front, but this is more like trying to parachute a shot onto the green there. And you should really be looking at a birdie opportunity there. Not much wind. Remember, you're playing in the thin air, so just judging that distance.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Good try. Just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Oh my goodness, he just missed that. And that was almost tap-in distance. Nudge this one home, finish it up.
In this situation, Richard, bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live final round coverage of the Tiburon Championship.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. That's a head scratcher, no other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. And he's putting for par now. No damage done, made the par. Now to the 14th hole, and Frank, this is probably the best par 4 here at Wolf Creek.
Well, it's certainly the hole that they take the most photographs on, Rich, and you can see why. Great vantage point of the whole golf course. The hole's just sort of littered with bunkers down the left side, so you know where not to go once again. Go to the right side of that. The hole just keeps sort of hooking around that left side. It plays under 450 yards. It's fun. Just sort of draw it a little off the tee, draw it a little into the green, and you'll be fine.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
It's no snack, though. That birdie has to feel even better, Rich, with everything so tight at the top.
Right in the middle of a Donnybrook at this point. This is a nice little 135-yard shot. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. 13 feet away.
Unlucky for some, but very makeable.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting. Good read, good line, well played.
Short par 4, 16th hole, measures only 393 yards. But Frank, as is the case with pretty much every hole, despite the yardage, there's plenty of trouble.
It does. It plays tricks on the mind's eye here. It looks like it's a dog leg going one way, then back the other way. But really, it's built as a straight hole just across the canyon. And that's the way you've got to play it. I don't think you can drive the green, even the longest hitters at 393 yards. But just a nice drive down there. Take the bunkers on, get it past there. And before you know it, you've got a little wedge in here. And it should set up nicely for a birdie.
That will be a great look at birdie. And getting ready for the putt. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that. Dwindling the holes down. Pars are fine right now.
Frank, you licking your chops here at the par 5, 17th hole?
Oh, why not? A chance to reach a par 5 and 2, but there's still pitfalls in front of you. A little creek or stream runs across the fairway, so really limiting the distance you can hit that tee shot, but it's still reachable from just short of that creek. Find trouble off the tee, then obviously you turn it into a 3-shotter, but a good tee shot, and it's too tempting to resist not going for this green.
Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, that was a bold effort at eagle there, Frank.
Oh, you got to applaud him there, though. You're going for eagle. There's no way he was going to leave it short.
Putting up some impressive numbers out here now, 9 under for the tournament. Finishing hole here at Wolf Creek is only 307 yards. Frank, where's the trouble here?
Short and to the right of this par 4. Really, there's a multitude of options off this tee. You could hit an iron, you could hit a fairway wood. Even some might try and hit a driver, but that's a little too risky. There's too many problems up ahead if you try and take this hole on. Really, a short club off the tee, leaving yourself some area of 100, 70 yards, and you're going to be putting for birdie more often than not.
Making it look easy at this point. Another beautiful approach shot to win the Tiburon Championship. Ah, that hurts. Wow. Locked in on the read and the speed. Ah, you always like that. Count it as a birdie. That has to feel so good. A big championship victory.